Good morning. It's Monday and I'm Nancy Joy. We're done with the 4-part 2012 circle with Jelaila. Today's quote is, "The future is any past memory that's still potent enough to influence your behavior now." We are healing now at such a deep level, ancient cellular memory. For a long time, it was our childhood and even recent past lives, and our patterns certainly are something we've been taking a look at and shifting and changing to come into alignment. But the only way to activate your DNA and pull together the strands of Creator God and our DNA that have been disassembled is to clear your emotional field enough so that you can think clearly and get that strong connection to the higher frequencies that we're bringing into our physical bodies now as we make that shift. So it's so important. If you don't know where your blocks are in your life, but you know things are unresolved, go to where you find yourself lacking. If it's finances, you're someone always on the edge, you never have enough money, not in your head. I mean, half the world thinks they don't have enough, more than everybody thinks they don't have enough money. That's not the point. I'm saying if you're really living with very, very little, then that's where you have an emotional block. You have a miasm in your emotional field. It's time to work with that. If you can't speak your truth, well, you have a huge fear of being hurt and rejected. It's time to heal that. And so then, okay, you say how to. Okay, there are, yes, emotional healing retreats and clearing, and there are people who work and clear your emotional field. There are healers. But the best, and I'm talking about my own emotional healing here, the best manual for emotional healing is The Wounded Heart, is my novel, The Wounded Heart. It's a novel, but it's a novel along the lines of the Celestine Prophecy. It's kind of a step-by-step how-to. Do you want to understand fear? Well, in this book, fear talks to you and explains itself. You want to understand your heart? Your heart actually speaks in this book and explains itself to you. You want to understand guilt? Guilt explains itself to you. In other words, in this journey, in this novel, the emotions come alive and they tell you how to work with them, what they're there for, what they were created for, and they give you a pathway of response. It literally, Ezekiel said this to me a long time ago. He said, "Nancy Joy, this book that we're writing together is the emotional handbook for the galactic traveler in the human body on its way to creating a new reality." It's kind of the how-to book. And, when I first wrote it and it first came out, I couldn't own that. It came out in 2006, but I had a huge emotional block unresolved in my life, and that was embracing this body of work with all my heart and all my passion. And so as a test, what my soul did when it came out, my soul had my own family reject it. I mean, in fact, not even choose to read it. At that point, so many things happened that what I actually did was I shut down. I did not speak my truth. I shut down. I put this book in the background with the spiritual excuse, oh, if it's meant to catch on, it will. Or, I wrote it just to heal myself. Well, that's partially true. Everything we do is about healing ourselves. But I've had a huge shift. And I've reread it again recently, and I realized this is a very valuable piece of work. The future, when I say the future, when Barbara Handclough said the future is any memory still potent enough to influence your behavior now, well, what's still in there that is creating for you emotions that are very difficult to handle is affecting how you're creating in the now, because the only place you can create what you're going to experience is in this moment. So that puts it in perspective how important this clearing is. So go to places, go to look where your life is unresolved. Know that you have a pattern and a block there. And then I would suggest get the book and start working on yourself. It's a thing you can do for you, and it's invaluable. So this Monday morning, take a look at your unresolved issues in your life and decide and agree to resolve them now, not tomorrow, not the next day. Because if you're creating the future, you're creating a future that's going to involve still struggling with this pattern. Think about it today and have a great week. The book is available on my website, www.heartlights.com, through Amazon.com, and Barnes & Noble, wherever fine books are sold. Okay, you have a great week. Bye now.